All right. Well, as you guys know, this is not a normal. We usually do our call next week, which we may even put off a week because of Labor Day. So thank you for hopping on for kind of a last minute training, but I think it's such perfect timing for this training with all the exciting things coming off conference and with Cancun scheduled and the senior executive retreat they're offering. So there's so many cool things that revolve around sponsoring. So I'm going to mute you guys for a sec. Hang on. So it's such a great time. I have been watching Corey's name on the newsletter as we read about all the superstars. And so I contacted her last month, and of course before conference was a crazy time. So we got to meet at conference, and she said she'd be more than happy to come in our team and talk, which I was thrilled about because as you guys saw, she has promoted, she signed up with Color Street April 29th and has sponsored 25 people and promoted to senior director since April 29th. That is pretty impressive and pretty quick. So a little bit about her is that she started in direct sales at the age of 23 and until 4 months ago worked at the same direct sales company. So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about that. She was able to quit her accounting job and work for another full-time company for only 3 short months. And then she's been able to stay home with all 5 of her children with no daycare, ages 13, 11, 9, and 7. She's been married 18 years, traveled the world, and has taken many things off her bucket list, including Hawaii, Paris. She has no debt, and she loves photography, and perfect for National Dog Day today, her golden doodle, Bentley. And of course, with all those kids, she loves quiet time too. So we are excited to hear from you, Corey, and can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to mute myself. And can you unmute yourself, or you want me to do it? I'll do it. There you go. All right, so I'll mute me because my dog, of course, is licking very loudly next to me. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So thank you so much for hopping into our group tonight.
Thank you. Well, I really appreciate you guys asking me. And you know how Facebook is so picky. It didn't actually let me see your message for a while. So Shauna was actually like, hey, did you respond to Debbie? I'm like, no. So I do want to thank you for that. It's been an honor to be able to be here for you guys. And I hope that I can help you out with some ideas. And I do want to start, though, really quickly. I, of course, am still really trying to get to know people's names because I don't know everybody yet. But there was a lady that spoke at conference, and it really spoke to me because she said, you know, don't feel like if everybody's moving at a different pace than you that you're not doing well. So I want to preface that with what Debbie had said, that I have been in direct sales. It's the only thing that I know. So I started in direct sales when I was 23. I actually had done a Pampered Chef show for somebody, and I fell in love with the product and thought it was great. But honestly, what 23-year-old cooks? So even though I love the product, I was like, this is not for me. So I was working for the state of Connecticut, which is where I live, and somebody had said, hey, listen, I helped you out do a Pampered Chef party. I'm doing this party light party. Would you please do me a favor and book a party? So I was like, whatever. So I was a really big snot that night, and I paid no attention to her because I thought I was cool and I did Pampered Chef. And then I saw how much money that lady made, and I was like, sign me up. And so I did sell Party Light, if you guys are familiar with that, for 19 and a half years. And until April 26th, I was with that company. I was very loyal to them. Unfortunately, I've been very honest. My account was, we did close my account with Party Light due to some things that, I'm finding out were pretty interesting nowadays, and we won't get into that. But it's all right because I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I could not be happier being able to have Color Street in my life. It has brought out that inner fire that had been squashed for many years. I am blown away at the things that I've learned so far in the 4 short months. And my kids and my family even say that I'm just like a new person because of Color Street. So I'm super thankful. I am just over the moon grateful for this company. So I hope that I can share some of my expertise with you. I am definitely still learning when it comes to Color Street. I feel like I took a lot away from National Conference, but I still feel like, I'm missing those perfect little one-liners and stuff like that. But I'll get there. I'll definitely learn them. But I do find that sales is sales. And luckily, I have been able to take a lot of my knowledge from my prior companies to Color Street. So I'm hoping I'll be able to help you ladies out tonight, or gentlemen, if there's any on there, and be able to just, give you some tidbits, some things that maybe will help you kind of grow your business. So what my goal tonight is to help you with is to make sure that I'm going to be able to help you with having amazing sales every single month. Now, amazing sales being what is best for you, because all of us are going to have different goals. Me personally, this is my only job, and I am trying to replace a 6-figure income that I had with my other company. And I'm proud to say that after 4 months, my monthly income is just about there. So that just shows you how much of an opportunity we have with Color Street. So, whatever your goal is every single month, hopefully my tips will help you to increase your sales. I'm also going to show you how to get more teammates on your team consistently every single week. So not like once a month, every single week, how you can have more teammates on your team, which obviously helps us work smarter, not harder, and we can have more money in our pockets without having to go out a million times a month for parties. I'm also going to help you out how to promote your team really strong and really quickly, not just promoting it out to get the title, because really the title, honestly, in my opinion, doesn't really matter very much. I want the residual income, and that's what Color Street can apply for us. So those are what I'm going to really help you with tonight. I have a lot of information. Hopefully it won't keep you too long. I do tend to talk really fast. So if you're like, just say, slow down, Corie, slow down, if you find me talking a lot. So before I get into all that though, I just really kind of want to introduce myself, as Debbie had said. So I am a mom to 5, and it was honestly really great for me to be able to stay at home with them. And another reason that I chose Color Street is because I have 3 girls. So 3 girls, 2 boys. My 3 girls are 9, 11, and 13. And I thought, how great would it be to be able to have my girls come with me to do the parties? Because I am a live party girl. I should probably say that too. I firmly believe in live parties. I haven't really mastered the whole Facebook thing. So if you're like, oh God, I can't do parties, that's what we talk a lot about tonight, because I feel like that's really where the sweet spot is with money. But we'll get into that in a minute. So anyway, so I really wanted my girls to come with me and to be able to just learn the value of sales, learn the value of speaking with adults. And so they've done many parties with me. I had them work with the little girls, and I work with the mom. So it's been great for me to incorporate my family with me. I am crazy, okay? So when I tell you that I have 5 children, every single one of them is in a sport. Every single one of them has practice every day after school. My husband works for Starbucks, and he oversees the entire New England. So he's always traveling. So when I tell you that I am really savvy with every minute that I possibly have, that's what you have to do. So if you're a really busy person, you can absolutely fit Color Street into your life no matter what. Okay, so again, I do have my little mini golden doodle Bentley, which he's just so fun, and we do love to travel, and I am fortunate for the prior company that I worked for, because honestly, I've traveled to Hawaii, everywhere. I'm not going to list them all, but I had 21 years of trips that I went on with that company, so I'm grateful for all the things that I learned, but boy, am I grateful for Color Street. So are you ready? I hope you guys have a fresh sheet of paper, because I have like 6 pages of notes here that I'm going to talk to you guys about, and I tend to love to talk. So, if you're like, cut it off, Corie, this is too much here, let me know. Okay. All right. So first and foremost, first thing we're going to talk about tonight is sales, how to have more sales every single month. Now listen, if your goal is to BQ every month, awesome. Yay. We love it. Okay. We love as many people on our team to BQ and higher. Me personally, I want to make a lot of money at this. I want to be able to do a lot of fun things, and my Color Street money is the fun stuff for our family. So my goal every single month is to do at least $2,400 so I can make the 35%. But there again, and something that I always tell all my new teammates as well is, you know what, whatever you want to do, I'm going to help you do what you want to do. I'm never going to ask you to do more, but I'm going to help you get there. Okay? So every single month, number 1, you need to set a goal. What do you need to make each month to pay your bills? And I always say on average, obviously a lot of time it's more, and especially going into the fall, on average, and remember, I'm a live party girl, okay? So live parties, that's kind of what I'm going to go with. And if you haven't done live parties yet, I'm going to try to show you the advantage of going out and doing live parties. I swear if I could get like a GoPro and put it on my head, the reactions from people when you just put those nails on them, it makes me laugh and it makes me so happy every time that they do it. So I think it's huge, huge to do live parties, to really just get in there and do that. So I'm getting off a tangent. Anyway, so set a goal and make sure that you know what you want to make each month to how much you need to pay for the bills or your vacation fund or whatever you want to do. So you have to set a goal. If you're just going to go through the month like, wherever I land is where I land, that's not making you strive to do more. So set that goal beginning of every single month, and then you can figure out how you're going to achieve that goal. Me personally, I like to have at least 12 to 16 parties on my calendar every single month, knowing full well that, 3 to 5 of those will probably cancel or reschedule. So I want to have at least submitted at least 10 to 12 parties. I am finding the show average is a little bit lower with Color Street compared to my other company, because obviously the product is a cheaper product or more inexpensive, but it's okay because honestly, the reorders are just insane to me how much people start Color Street purchasing it and are hooked immediately. So that is my goal every single month. That might seem a lot to you, but I want to make sure that since Color Street is only 2 years old, that I'm meeting as many customers as quickly as possible so that they're my customer and not somebody else's. And I feel like with Color Street, there's just nobody that knows this company. It's awesome. At least in Connecticut for me, nobody knows about it. So the idea of just getting out there and meeting the people is huge for me. So a couple things that I do to make sure that I have very successful live parties is, number one, I immediately get them to friend me on Facebook, and I add them to my nail page. So I do have a VIP group. It's called It's Nail Time with Corie. You're more than welcome to join it if you want to steal some of my ideas. I'm totally happy for you to steal away. But I do love having that as an option, because when I have them friend me on Facebook, I add them into my VIP group and I immediately set up an event for them for their party. And they start inviting their friends right away. And that gives me the opportunity to post several times, different images, different polls, different ways to get them excited about it. I also offer, if anybody knows definitely that they cannot make it to the party, I'm willing to send them a twosie right away, because if they get a twosie on, they're buying. So that's always a really great thing that I do immediately, is set up that Facebook event. Secondly, I have an app called Pick Monkey, so P-I-C Monkey, all one word, free app. And I'm sure there's a million of them out there, but it's an app that you can edit photos. So what I do is I edit a photo with the hostess information, the date of her party, the theme of her party, because I love to theme my parties. When you theme a party, it's fun. Everybody wants to go. If you're having a margarita and mayonnaise party, or if you're having, any of the other ideas you guys, I'm sure you have. But so I immediately, when she books the party with me, I set up this Pick Monkey text and I text it to her. So then she's immediately texting her girlfriends, hey, oh my gosh. And instead of it just being like this blank text, like, hey, Susie Q, I'm having a Color Street party. They're like, what the heck is Color Street? I'm sending them this really awesome picture of Color Street nails, and it's got her information on it. So she's getting a really pretty picture rather than just this blank text that, hey, I'm having this party. So immediately the Facebook, immediately the Pick Monkey, and that way I'm guaranteed most likely that that party is not going to cancel, because she sent out invitations to a whole bunch of different people. So that's how I start. Now, in my opinion, it is best to invite people multiple ways. I also let her know that this Pick Monkey text is set as a, hey, I'm having this party. Hey, don't forget about my party. Hey, my party is tomorrow. So she can send out many different times as a multiple reminder, because honestly, people on Facebook don't always check it, or sometimes they have so many reminders it gets lost. So I love to have that, extra invite. Also, a little tip that I learned a while back is to make sure that you are setting up the event for your hostess so you can edit the name of the party. So a week out, I'd be like, 1 week until so-and-so's party. Then I'd be like, oh, it's Wednesday is the party. Oh, 1 night till the party. So I keep switching the name of the event before the party, so that way it keeps popping up in their notifications, which is also giving them that reminder. I also explain to my hostess the importance of having at least 10 people at the party. So what I do is I give her 10 twosies, and 10 alcohol pads when she books the party with me. And I tell her that her goal is to give out all 10 of these twosies and have at least $200 in outside orders before I come to her party, and I'll have a gift for her. And a lot of the times the gifts are just dollar store stuff, whatever you find at the dollar store, cute little tchotchke things. And listen, I don't have time for all that crap. So I don't wrap and I don't mess around. She just gets something really simple. She doesn't really care. She's getting a gift, but don't waste your time. You need to do money generating activities, okay? So anyways, so I tell her that when she gives out the 10 twosies beforehand, it will almost guarantee her $200 in orders, and she wants to get that before the party. I explained to her about the product shipping out right away and how if they order right now and her party is 2 or 3 weeks out, chances are she's going to get 2 orders from the same person on her party, and she's thrilled, okay? I always make sure that my goal at a party to make sure it's successful with sales, I mentioned the 10 people there, I have a 10-3-2 goal, okay? 10 guests in attendance, 3 bookings, and 2 sponsoring leads. So every party I go to, I look for a 10-3-2. 10 people, 3 bookings, 2 sponsoring leads. That's where I'm like, okay, that was a sweet party when I walk out of there. And, you know, in my opinion, you have to get those leads. So in my head, I have to say, okay, where are my 2 leads? I have to get 2 leads tonight. And it helps me focus on not forgetting that aspect of people joining our team. I also have my hostess make a wish list of things that she wants before the party. So I can say to her, okay, you want X number of nails. You need this much in sales. So it helps me say to her, listen, I know you have a great wish list. Let's really work on getting 3 more outside orders rather than us saying, well, I really want you to have like a $500 party, so making enough money. You know, it's a different way to kind of get her to work on orders to make sure we're having great sales, obviously making great money, okay? So that is what I do at my parties per se to really generate some sales. I make sure they really hostess coach a ton beforehand. And a little side tip on my hostess coaching too is I'm a really busy mom, so I kind of forget where I am sometimes. So what I like to do is if it's Monday, I hostess coach all my Monday parties. When it's Tuesday, hostess coach all my Tuesday parties. Because I like to call my hostess at least once a week. And I will text, I will Facebook message, I will post in the events, all that good stuff too. But you need your hostess to know that you're thinking about her. So if you're not texting her, if you're not communicating with her, well, chances are she's also not trying to get her girlfriends to the party. So if you can sit there and you can actually, you know, make sure you're checking in with your Monday hostess on Mondays and vice versa, you'll never forget to do the hostess coaching with your hostesses. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much the shows at the party to get the sales, but obviously making sure that, you know, you're really pushing it. One thing I got, and I'm sure stealing this from somebody's lingo, but and I just learned some new stuff at conference from Hannah Steelman that I'm going to incorporate too. But what I've been doing is at my parties, I have inventory and I let every single person know that all of us are going to do a set of nails together. I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to do it together. It's going to be fun. We're going to drink, all this great stuff. And then I tell them that they're going to at least do the buy 3, get 1 free. So I say, my lingo is, so listen, what's going to happen is you're going to pick out at least 5 sets of nails that you love. You're going to leave with 1 on your hands and at least 4 in your pocket. So I'm guaranteeing at least 5 sets of nails that they're purchasing, at least a $50 order, 10 people, $500 party. My host is happy. I'm happy. Everything's great. I am incorporating the idea now of the baker's dozen, which I hadn't really thought about before. So I'm now starting to put, because you know, if you say buy 5, they're just going to buy 5. So if I say, hey, pick out 13, you know they can pick out 13 sets of nails that they love. So that's my new kind of lingo now that I'm going to use, either the 1 leaving, 4 in your pocket, or baker's dozen, and you get the 13th one for free from me. So
will you say that? Will you say the first one again, the 5 sets? Will you say that one more time?
Absolutely. So I say to them when they're kind of coming into the party and I'm explaining what's happening, I say, okay, so what you're going to do tonight is you're going to pick out 5 sets of nails. 1 you're going to leave with on your hands, 4 you're going to leave with in your pocketbook. Is that good?
So are you having them do a set of nails? Are you going to go into that?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I can do that. So what I do at my parties is I have a pretty extensive inventory, and it's not necessary to do that, but I have a lot of teammates and we had a lot join really quickly. And I was fortunate that when I left the other company, I did a huge sale and I did invest some money. Not necessary to do that. But what I do is I have inventory set out, Everybody walks in, everybody grabs a set of nails, at least the one set of nails, and they know that they're purchasing at least that one set. So we all sit around the table, and I take the hostess, and I do give the hostess a free set of nails. So I have the hostess, I like take her set of nails and I demonstrate one nail on her as we're going through. And I just jokingly say, you know, I show them how to open up the strips, and we go through the alcohol prep pad and the filing, blah, blah, blah. And I make a couple little funny jokes. So I talk about the little tiny pinky one. I'm like, this is your you know, when I say SHIT one. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you know, when you make that mistake and you're like, oh God, what do I do? I'm like, save that one. That will be your perfect one you'll need. And so we go through, and everybody does a set of nails together. And they're just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then sometimes they'll share one, and they'll do like a accent nail from another friend's. And then we have the hostess take out her hair straightener. She seals them all off. And then we kind of go through, and I explain the nails, a little bit about the company, a little bit about me. They pick more inventory. You know, I explain the advantages of having a party, you know, what the hostess gets. And then I talk about, you know, the income with Color Street and the flexibility. And I go through all of the opportunity with them. And that's kind of how I end my party. One thing that I also do, which I'm going to talk about later too, is, well, actually, I'll talk about that when I get the recruiting part of it. I don't want to jump over there. So that's for the sales, for getting sales. I also have a very active VIP group. And there again, don't forget, I started off Color Street with probably like 450 people in my VIP group. I just did it. I started off Color Street with 450 people in my group from my other company. Now I have about 600. So we're definitely bumping it up. I try to really be great when I'm at my vendor events. Hey, are you on Facebook? Let me add you to my VIP group right now. So I'm trying to just get people to join in there, because clearly I'm like, listen, you know, you get bonus points when you post a nail fee, when you do this, you do that. So I'm really just trying to get people to be super active in my VIP group, which then generates the extra sales that I'm looking for as well too. I also have started doing vendor events, and I didn't do vendor events with my other company because my product was huge and bulky and heavy. So with Color Street being so tiny, vendor events are huge in my opinion. I'm loving it. I can also work during the day when all the kids are in school and not have to be out quite as much in the evenings. And since we've all been around less than 2 years, it's super huge to build that clientele. So if you can make sure that you're getting out there to do a couple vendor events, that's huge. Now, I don't know all the states you ladies live in, but I joined a company called Country Carts, and it was $90 to join, $20 for the year, and then I do have to pay. So like today I went into the in Hartford, Connecticut by me. It cost me $100 to go into the Hartford, but I sold over $1,000 worth of nails. So you know, that was instant for me. That's worth it, because I just built up, you know, 30, 40 new customers that are going to fall in love with the nails and have my information and are going to go hopefully and purchase more from me down the road. So that's Country Carts. I don't know if that's by you guys, but I do know that they have a lot of different locations that they sponsor different buildings. So if you're close enough to a city where they have places like, you know, the big insurance companies and whatever, you might want to check that out. Another one that I'm going to join is Corporate Kiosk. So that's another one that has the same opportunity, but if you're looking to get into those bigger buildings and looking to get more clients really quickly, I think vendor events are huge. Right now too, going into the idea of having fairs. So a huge fair that's the next town over for me. I just got a booth. We're going to be there the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of September. And my team and I, we're all doing it. We're going to have a ton of inventory and super excited. So again, any way that you can think of to get out there and meet new people is going to be huge for you to generate those extra sales. Also making sure that you are going out prepared. And I kind of like to say, you know, dress to impress. Of course, there are days you want to go out with your baseball cap on, no makeup, like, don't look at me, don't look at me. And that's always going to be the time that somebody's like, oh my God, look at your nails. So definitely go out dressed to impress. Look your best when you leave the house. Look and think that like, hey, who is going to be lucky enough to see my nails today for me to nail them? Or who is going to be lucky enough today to join my team? If you go out with that focus every single day, the sales, the customers, the new teammates, they're going to come to you as long as you're prepared for them to obviously see your nails and do that. So, I always say dress to impress, take that extra moment to make yourself feel great because your nails make you feel great, right? All right, so that was pretty much my ideas on sales. But again, starting with a goal for each month, have an idea, because that way if you get to the end of the month and you're, let's say, $300 short of reaching it, well, if you didn't have a goal set, you'd be like, whatever, I'm happy. If you have a goal, then it can, give you that little extra fire to make sure you get to where you want to be for the month. Okay, so those are my ideas on sales.
Can I backtrack just to your party? There was a question in the chats. Do you use the party cards in your party?
So I don't know what those are. Somebody mentioned to me at conference, I'm sorry, they told me they were going to get them to me, but I don't know what they are.
Well, originally it was a Sherry McAllister thing, which okay. I know your team is big into Sherry McAllister.
I don't even know who that is.
You're in CJ. Aren't you in CJ's line?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she did training. Sherry did a lot of training for you guys. No?
She very well could. I've been a little bit MIA in terms of the trainings on all the pages because all 5 kids have been home for the summer. Let me tell you, I'm going to be sitting on the computer for hours when they go back to school and catching up on everything.
Well, and that's where it came from, but then we've kind of adapted them into a Color Street version of them.
Okay.
So let me ask you this too. So you said people all buy a set of nails. Do you tell them that ahead of time, or are you what's the verbiage? What are you doing? How do they know they're buying one?
Okay. So in my Facebook event, I put in there right bold in the middle, here is how Debbie's party is going to work. When you arrive at Debbie's party, you're going to be able to pick out a set of nails from my inventory that ranges in price between $11 and $13 that we're going to all put on together. Then when you absolutely love them and you know that you could see yourself having these on your nails, I'm going to let you pick from my inventory of our buy 3, get 1 free sale. So what you're going to do in the end is you're going to be able to pick out at least 5 sets that you love, and you'll at least leave with an entire manicure done that evening.
Okay. Or they could place the order for the buy 3, get 1.
Absolutely.
And then just do a set.
And I tell them that, you have to either pick all 5 from me that night, or 1 and then the buy 3, get 1 free online, because I can't do half and half.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've kind of been doing, I don't know if this is right or wrong. It's really worked well for me so far, is that I will basically, do all the orders, and I do use Square. So I run everybody's credit cards, and then I go home and then I put the order on the hostess show for her. So they pick from my inventory, and then I just load it onto the show so she gets the credit for her sales.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, good. I'm assuming that was right, but I'm still learning here too. But.
Yeah, no, and we were doing, I know Shonda had that video, and I did the baker's dozen too, and it went well, and we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I really want to try that. I think that's so smart.
Yeah, it does take a lot of inventory though for people if they're choosing to do that.
Yeah, I have been fortunate. When I first started, I think I submitted over 6,000 in sales that were just from my orders. So I was able to grow my inventory really fast, which was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so how do I sponsor? I'm sure you guys are all interested in that. And I do want to say I'm actually up to number 26. I sponsored number 26 yesterday. So when I was at my other company, I would sponsor maybe 10 people in a year, okay? A year. And I am floored at how I've already sponsored 26 in 4 months. Crazy to me. And with my other company, you could earn your kit for free. This company, you actually have to pay for the kit. So I'm like, what? I'm so happy with Color Street. I can't even tell you guys how happy I am and how I love this company. So number 1 right there is I think people I'm like emitting this aura off of me of like, oh my God, it's so amazing. You have to join my team. I love it. So a couple different things with all of this. Okay, so number 1, I started right in the beginning, and I don't really know how this started, but it clearly worked. I had done a hashtag 25 on my VAP group. And I was like, listen, I'm starting this Color Street thing, and I'm looking for 25 new teammates. I don't know where I pulled that out of in my head. That should have taken me like 2 years, according to my other company. But then people started joining, and they started joining a lot. And I sponsored 10, and I sponsored 11. And I'm like, what is going on here? This company is amazing. So I kept doing that. So you could start, like, I have a fall goal in your VIP group, or just start talking about it. So whatever your number is, maybe you have a favorite number. my goal is hashtag, 20. I'm going to have 20 new teammates by December 1st. And then people start paying attention to you. And all of a sudden they're like, well, I want to be one of those people. I want to get on her team. You create that excitement. People want to be with you. So that was just one thing that I kind of randomly did, but it worked out really well. And then I actually had somebody say to me yesterday, because I was like, all right, guys, I promised I would only post till I got to my 25th teammate. But number 26 just came on and I wanted to get the same recognition. And what I do is I don't post their name. I just post a picture of their face. And the reason being is because a couple of people have come over from my other company, which they've come to me. I'm totally fine with that. And, I didn't really want to put their name out there in the VIP group, but obviously I add them to my team page. So I just put their face and yay, number 26 just joined. I'm so excited. And then somebody said to me today, they're like, but I want to see when you're still having success. I'm like, okay, then I'll keep doing it. So I just really think that it's important to tell people what you have for a goal, because inevitably as women, we want to help other people. And if it's not them joining their team, they're going to be thinking in their head, well, geez, Debbie really wants to sponsor 20 new people. And I know so-and-so that really would love to get this into her, she could use extra money, or she loves to get her nails done. People will inevitably start helping you without you even having to do any work. So putting out a goal out there and letting people know your goal, they're going to want to help you. So basically, let's just make sure. All right. So I also do tell my story a lot to people. I say, listen, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been so fortunate to stay home with my children. And I'm the type that, I want to work smarter, not harder. I don't want to be out a ton doing a million parties. I want to share the awesomeness of Color Street to everybody that I know. So if you know of anybody that would love a part-time job, or I say like a nice little side hustle, and would love to get their nails done at a discount, please let them know that I am with Color Street now, and I'd love to give them some information. I also like to say that, where else can you go working 2 to 3 hours to make at least $100? You'd have to work a mall job for at least 20 hours for what I can make in one evening, chatting it up with ladies, having wine, and making them feel beautiful, getting their manicures done. So like, oh yeah, that's kind of a great idea. So when you think about that, the fact that really people are looking for a part-time job right now, and majority of them are thinking, oh, I guess I got to go work at the mall. I got to go work in Bath and Body Works. They're going to work 20 hours for what we make in one evening. And a lot of times we'll make a lot more than that, especially in the fall time. So using that lingo really gets people to think, you're right. That is pretty sweet money. And I'm doing something that is a total stress reliever rather than having to go and work weekends and work holidays and work on a schedule that somebody else is making for me, when rather I could do Color Street and book the days that I want to book. I ask everybody at my parties, right in the beginning, I say, listen, if you think the shoe might fit tonight and you're loving the nails, you're loving what I'm saying, and you love extra money, please don't hesitate to talk to me afterwards and let me know that you would love to make some money and you just love to meet for coffee. I always say, I'm not a stalker. I am not going to come after you. If you want some information, girl, I'll get you some information. But I just say, I love to pass on the availability of Color Street. I don't want to be selfish. So if you like the idea of it, let's talk. I also do ask my parties too for them to put an interest level of 1 to 10 on their order form. And I jokingly say with them, you put a number 1 if you'd rather in a street corner, selling rocks and ever do something like this. Or I say, a 10 is like, hey, this sounds pretty cool. I can totally see myself doing this. Let's meet for coffee. So I have them put that interest level on their order form because majority of the people at the parties are actually thinking, I could do this better than her. What does she think she is? Or number 2, wow, this is awesome and I'd love to do this. But guess what? Most people are afraid to say anything because they're afraid somebody might be like, why are you thinking of doing this? They're too worried about the negative. So a lot of people will leave the parties thinking those things. And if we haven't asked them, then we aren't able to know that because we're not mind readers. So the interest level of 1 to 10 on an order form is huge because even the most seasoned consultant, somebody like me that's been in sales forever, I can't always read people. But when there's an interest level of at least a 4 on a paper, I'm like, girl, you're mine. You got a big old target on your head now. because she opened up the box and she opened up the conversation of saying, oh my God, you're not selling rocks. You're a little bit lukewarm. You could see yourself doing this. Let's chat. What could I do to help you get to an interest level of at least a 6 or a 7? And it just opens a conversation. Somebody that's a newer consultant and doesn't know how to approach that subject or is nervous would never just be like, oh, hi, did you ever think of doing something like this? We're not going to do that. But if we see an interest level that's a little bit higher, it immediately like opens the gates for us to go ahead and talk to them. So I love doing the interest level on my order forms. It really helps me identify who my sponsoring leads are at the party, more than just by going if they're asking me questions or maybe they bought a lot of nails. It lets me know what they're thinking in their brain from what I've said during my party. All right, so let's just see. Oh, and I do ask every single person at my party. I do not prejudge. Every single person gets asked if they're going to have a party with me because they want free nails. Like, why wouldn't you? Or they ask like, hey, we are blowing up with Color Street. It's such a new company. Wouldn't you want to get in ground floor? Would you totally love to join my team? And I try to do like more open-ended questions. Like if they're going to book a party with me, I'm like, so you strike me as a margarita girl. Let's do a margarita party on Wednesday. Are you open on Wednesdays? And she'll be like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, what day of the week is best for you? Come on, we're doing this. You're so having a party. So they kind of joke about it and they think it's funny, but I try to let them think, oh yeah, that's right. I would like margaritas and I would like to do a party with you. Okay, I'm going to do one. So it's kind of just a really funny thing, but more open-ended, but asking every single person. I don't care if you're the 16-year-old niece or you're the 95-year-old grandmother, you're getting asked if you're going to have a party with me or if you're going to join my team, okay? Never prejudge because you don't even know if the most high-end executive is going to walk in. She might be broke as heck and need a set part-time job. So never prejudge. Always ask every single person. All right, so also we are all right, so in terms of sponsoring too, when you are talking to, potential people, it's really great to let them know that this business is super easy and can be done on their time and that the commitment is only what they want to put into it. I think sometimes people think that by doing a part-time job like this, they're honestly going to have to go work another full-time job on top of their full-time job. I always tell them, listen, you get to choose how many hours you'd like to work, whether it's one party or 50 parties. I don't care. It's up to you. I get to be your helper, your motivator, but I will not be your boss. And I think that just lets them at ease knowing that we're going to be teammates. We're not going to be boss and employee because that obviously is going to be super huge for them to enjoy being in the business. All right, so in terms of keeping my sponsors going with the team and starting them off strong, I do like to do some team outings. Like we just planned a winery, so we're going to a winery at the end of September, and that just helps them want to be part of the team. So I'm telling any potential people like, hey, do you like wine? Because our team's getting together for a wine night, and I'd love for you to come. Join us, it'd be so fun. So we do a lot of outings too. I'm like major negative when it comes to doing meetings because I think my other company did so many meetings that I'm like, no, I'm not doing meetings. But I will do outings with my team. Like I want them to know I'm here for them. I want them to know that we're fun and we get together and we do really cool things. So when you kind of create that camaraderie with your team and then you have a new potential person coming in and they see that, that's also just going to get them to say yes too. Okay. So I think it's super important when it comes to sponsoring is just to ask everyone. And if everyone is saying no to you, then guess what? Well, who do you know that might be interested in doing something like I do? Because I'd love to help change their lives and have them have no debt. So I just ask everybody that comes into contact with me. I am fortunate that I did have quite a few people that had come over that were customers of mine or other teammates of mine. But you know what? The other half are people that have floored me. They're like, really? You're interested? That's awesome. So you just never know who's going to be interested, but every single person, no matter what their budget is, they always have time to do their nails. They always want to do their nails. So I think we have such a great opportunity here. I'm still like, it just makes me happy every single day. So, all right. So now, how did I promote so quickly? Okay. Now, I really feel like I have a pretty solid way that I'm starting off my teammates. And basically what I do, and again, remember, I'm a party girl, okay? So I really feel the importance of going out and doing live parties. I think Facebook is great. I think vendor events are great. I think all the extra, that's gravy money. But I think where the major money is, where the meat and potatoes are, is going out, doing live parties, and meeting new people, okay? So what I do, I'm just gonna kind of go through my verbiage with you as if you were one of my new consultants, kind of how I work with them, what I say, and why we were able to promote to senior director in the 3 months. I always say right from the beginning that I match effort for effort. So if you guys are looking to promote out to team builder or team leader and more, obviously getting some rank development points for Cancun and senior director for the senior director trip, or whatever you're looking to make of Color Street, I find it super huge that when you are recruiting people, that you let them know that you're here to be their friend, that you're here to be their motivator, to be their guide, to be whatever you can be for them at the time of life that they need. But I always do tell them, listen, I match effort for effort. So if you are going to do, a party here and there, I hope you can expect me to be reaching out to you every single day. And they're like, okay, I get it. Sometimes it's hard to have that conversation, but, we kind of talk about the circle of influence. And you obviously want to be working with the people that are your main people, your E1 people, that you're going to be making the most money off of. Not that you're not going to pay attention to the other people, because it is super, super huge for you to form a bond with every single person on your team, whether you personally sponsor them or not. Because what if your personally sponsored person leaves? Well, guess what? If you didn't build a bond with them, they're going to probably leave too. So it's super important that no matter where they come onto your team, who they are, how far down they are, they need to get that personal reach out from you. They need to know who you are. They need to have your contact information. They need to be part of your, your team or however you have it set up. And they need to know that you're available for them, because that's super important to build all those bonds with everybody on your team. So that way, if somebody was to leave, they don't want to leave with them because they have that bond with you. They're like, oh, I don't care that that person left. I'm still gonna, I know my upline, I'm gonna stick around. So my expectation of every single brand new consultant is booking a grand opening party if I'm within an hour of them. If they're not, then I will do a Facebook grand opening where they will have me on Zoom at the party, and they will, have everybody over their house. And depending on, like I just sponsored a friend in New York, I actually sent her up nails. So she's doing her grand opening. She has nails from me, and I told her that she could go ahead and sell all those nails and then get sales back onto her party, so she had inventory to start out with right away. I hope that's okay that I did that, but definitely I want to make sure that they have that. So it's really important that they have their grand opening scheduled and 6 live parties. Okay, again, I'm a party girl, so I feel like it's important for them to have the 6. I feel like 6 is kind of that sweet spot of getting out there, meeting enough people to get your groove on, feel confident in what you're doing, what you want to say. And then after that, I always tell them, you know what? If that was too many, it's okay. I just really want you to get into the groove. Or you're like, hey, that was easy enough. I could actually do more. So it helps them kind of assess where they're at, but 6 is my magic number. And one thing that I like to say to them is I say, okay, picture 6 circles on a piece of paper. And what I want you to do is, first and foremost, I want you to take 5 minutes of quiet time, if that is even existing. And I want you to write every possible person that you know. And I mean write and write and write and write. When you think you've hit the max of who you know, I want you to go back up to the top person and say, okay, I've met, Debbie, but I've also met Susie Q when I've been with Debbie. So try to do some branching off of names. When you've thought of everybody you know, I want you to think about who is the best person that you think is going to help you out. And I say, honestly, majority of the time, friends and family are not always so supportive. So try to get to your chicken list first, meaning the people that you think will have to be a little bit, coerced to go ahead and call them first, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be super excited for you. So I tell them, if you can picture 6 circles on a piece of paper, and when you walk into those kitchens, you're looking at 10 new faces for all 6 of those parties, your business will spiderweb super quick. But I say, imagine if you ask all these friends, and by the 3rd party, they're like, dude, I can't buy any more nails. I have so many nails. Or they're like, listen, I already booked a party. You can't make me book another party. So if you can focus on 10 new faces at 6 different parties, your business will explode. So that's kind of what I say to my new consultants or my new stylist, is because really it's super important to be able to branch out quickly. If you're constantly calling back the same people, well, this type of business can get frustrating. As much as we're a consumable business, you still need to have new customers. So if you can go ahead and really just think about those 6 initial parties, and even if you have been in Color Street for a while, this is a great challenge for you to go ahead and just start off a new contact list, start off with 6 new parties, if you're comfortable with doing the live parties, and really just getting out there and meeting a whole bunch of new people to give yourself new contacts. I explained to them that, really live parties is where it's at, and being able to go ahead and meet the people. When you all know, when you put that Tuesday on, it's like, oh, like everything just explodes. Like, are you kidding me? What? Like the reactions are just amazing. So for you to get in there and have them do those parties, it's huge. Now, I will offer, if I'm free and they have a party that's local to me, I will try to go and help them out, because let's be honest, we're the most seasoned people. We will be able to sponsor more, and we will be able to book more for that brand new consultant. So in my opinion, it's kind of worth it to me to be able to go there one extra time, help them out, because the money that I will make from that is way more than if they had done it themselves most of the time. Some are great, but giving that little bit of extra help also means that you care about them and they're not just a number and that you're just making money off of them. So I do feel that's very important. I will tell you too that one thing that I do that I also think has helped me, backtracking, helped me sponsor too, being that you cannot earn this kit for free, is if I have a party and my host is like, you know what, I think I want to do this. I offer to my hostess for them to get the sales that evening from the party so that they can get paid on that party. So granted, I'm not making anything, but I don't really care about that. Like, I want this consultant to be like, oh my God, she would do that. She would come all the way here for this party, do the party, and now she's going to give me the sales so I can make money on the party and offset the cost of the kit. That's awesome. So again, you might not want to do that, but I'm willing to do that because I want them to know that I care and that I really want to help them be as successful as possible. And also sometimes, having $150 for the kit after shipping and tax can be a big chunk of money for people. So being able to offset that cost by them making the profit from the party is huge. Okay. All right. So also in terms of you guys starting off your consultant strong, I really highly suggest saying to your new teammates that this thing called the phone is super important, okay? Now, I know the younger generation, they just want to text, they want Instagram, whatever, but there still is this thing called the phone, and communication is huge. And when they can see you in person or hearing you on the phone, they can feel your excitement. But if you just say, hey, I decided in a text message, I decided to do Color Street, would you be interested in helping me out? Like, they can easily say no. But if you're like, oh my God, Debbie, guess what I did today? And they hear the excitement in your voice and they're just like, well, what'd you do? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I joined Color Street. Have you heard of it? It's such a different conversation you can have with people rather than through text or Facebook Messenger. So I think it's huge, huge to have that conversation on the phone, or better yet, in person while you put a Tuesday on them. That's how people are going to grow their business super quickly, and that's how a new consultant is going to start off super strong. So if at all possible, encourage them to pick up the phone, message people, and be able to really just have that conversation so people can feel their excitement. And I jokingly say to people too, I'll be like, okay, go in the bathroom and have a conversation with yourself in front of the mirror and be like, smile, do all these different things and make yourself seem happy. Because if you're on the phone and you're smiling, all of a sudden the conversation comes through so much better than if you're like, hey, guess what? Like your voice kind of comes through and the excitement comes through more. So I jokingly tell them, go in the bathroom, have a smile session with yourself, and really get excited before you get on the phone. And they're just laughing at me. But also too, like somebody that's super nervous, you can tell them to put a mirror like right in front of them when they're making their phone calls. So it reminds them, oh my gosh, I got to smile. Got to get this excitement through the wall. So let's see here. Okay, and I also let my consultants know that constant communication is key. Okay, I tell them that all the time. I say, the more you call me, the more questions you ask me, the more I know that you're thinking about Color Street. If you're not calling me, then you're not thinking about Color Street and you're not trying to grow your business. So there again, matching effort for effort. So I would rather hear from you more often than not at all. So it's not always a phone call. A lot of times it's, text messaging, Facebook Messenger, or something like that. But I want those calls. And I say, listen, if you're having a great day, I want to know. And I also say, if you're having a really crappy day, I want to know. So that way we're able to really just kind of hear from the consultant, And I tell them, I want to hear questions. Please ask me questions. Let's chat. I can give them little motivation. I can give them little challenges and stuff like that. So I honestly think that's why we're able to promote so much. And I also did give my team a challenge in the beginning, since I still learning this whole like moving thing and structure thing, because it's very different than my other company. But I said to them, when you sponsor somebody, I'll match your sponsor. So I was helping my teammates out with the whole opportunity of me being able to help them out with teammates. So, but I did make them have to do the work. You had to sponsor for me to be able to help you out with a teammate as well too. And I tell every single one of my teammates, listen, all you need to know is my phone number. You have my phone number. We will have a 3-way call. I will do all the work for you in terms of getting that consultant on, helping her train. And guess what? You just reap the benefits. You just make the money. I do have them be on the calls with me, listening into the trainings, because I want them to learn. But I say, listen, just get them on the phone with me. I'll do all the work and we'll help you grow your team super fast where you're making a ton more money. So that kind of seems to work with them, because sometimes a brand new consultant is nervous. And I want my new consultant sponsoring right away. I love the Color Street offers us the ability to get the rewards when we sponsor a new consultant. And then when our consultant hits the bonus goals, brilliant. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm getting them in right away. I tell them the expectation is they're going to sponsor 2 people in their first 2 weeks. It's just what happens. And they're like, okay. But it's the excitement, and they don't know anything else. So if you start getting this kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the thought process of everybody, that's just what happens, and that's what's just going to happen. So, and that's what is happening with our team. We're up to 51 teammates already now we're in 4 months. So we're doing great, and people are just bringing on people, and they're so successful, and they're so loving this company. It's been a fun 4 months so far, for sure. So I think I've probably talked long enough. Any questions though? Anything like that I said was maybe too fast, or you didn't understand, or anything like that?
I would love to see you in the morning after some coffee.
So
if you have this much energy at 10 o'clock at night, I am impressed.
I know. I
love your energy.
This is my time though. Like,
oh, you're a night owl?
They all go to bed. I'm like,
yeah. Somebody did put in the comments, they'd love to see your order sheet. Do you do just the regular order sheet? Mm-hmm. And you're just having them put the number at the top?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I did hear, I asked Hannah, I guess she has an order form that has all of the styles on it, and that's how she really gets them to do the 13. So I have a message into her to see if I can get that, but right now I just use the regular order form, and I have them write the number of 1 to 10 right on the top.
Hannah Steelman does?
Yeah, she had told me that
for the baker's dozen?
That she does the baker's dozen, and what she does at her parties is she and I love it, but I'm struggling with it. So maybe if anybody has any ideas, she only allows them to take home inventory if they book a party, join her team, or buy the baker's dozen. They get that 13th one to take home with them. So that's how she gets everybody to buy the baker's dozen, and she passes around. So I guess she has like one of every style, and she says, oh, what nails have you done so far? And she lets them look at them, and on the back of her order sheet, she has all the styles, and everybody's circling all the ones that they love. So by the end, of course, they had at least 13 circles. She's like, well, look, you've got all 13. Let's just do the baker's dozen. So I didn't get to talk to her very long at conference. I would love to get some more time, or if anybody has any ideas on that.
Okay. Anybody have ideas on that or other questions they want to ask? You gave them a lot of information. They might still be processing all of it. You have a lot of people on the call, though.
Well, I hope it wasn't like too much. And I'm happy if anybody wants to message me afterwards, you have a question or something, or maybe some verbiage that I said that I talked too fast through. Sorry. I'm happy to help. Absolutely.
No, I think we had one. Linda, you had a question? I'll unmute you. I can't unmute you. There you go. All right, Linda, you had a question?
I just had a question. So when you do an in-person party, sorry, I don't know if you can see me, but when you do an in-person party, do you also set up I missed that part, the Facebook invite for your hostess?
Yeah, every single person that's a live party, immediately their Facebook event is set up, and I set it up so I can have, the opportunity to change the event name, post pictures in there, post polls, and then she just invites her friends.
That's a great idea to invite. I've never thought to do a Facebook invite for an in-person.
Oh yeah.
I do written ones, or I do all sorts of ways, but I've never done Facebook.
I think it's important to do multiple ways. So if you can get invitations, out to people and send it Tuesday to the people that she invites, or doing the Pick Monkey, which is the text invite, Facebook. I mean, any way you can send multiple reminders, the better.
Yeah, that's great.
And another question, do you usually give your hostess a set of nails beforehand to put on so that she can show them at her party at all, or?
That's a great question. I haven't done that as of yet, but it does seem like the people that are booking parties have bought the 4 or 5 from me. So they're making sure that their nails are ready to rock and roll and look awesome before their party. And they also do know that they're going to get a free set from me that evening. So sometimes they're coming in with naked nails and are ready to do the set that they picked that night from me right then there with their girlfriends.
Okay.
So are you having them do their own nails, or are you helping them?
No, they're doing it. I will show
set.
on the hostess. I'll do the hostess's pinky, and then they go at it. I let them do it because I want them to see how easy it is, and I want them to know that they can do it, so that the way they're just not like, forget this, I'm not doing it. They do them all themselves. They give each other moral support through, if we're around the table.
And what have you done to counteract the guest who says I have acrylics, or I don't want to do them?
I say I've got acrylics too. So what I do now is I say, listen, I've got really crappy nails and I happen to really just like the hardness of acrylics and the shapes. So I said, what I do is I still go get my fill. I pay $15 to get my fill, and I go home and I put Color Straight right over them. And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. Do you really want to put your fingers in that dip? Or do you really want to put your fingers in all that nail polish that everybody else in the world has used? I'm like, gross. Get the fill, go home and put Color Straight on. I'm like, oh, brilliant.
That's funny. So you haven't run into people who just don't want to buy them then at the party?
No. And then I also say to them too, I'm like, listen, don't you hate the color after like a week? Or don't you hate the fact that your nails grow out? I'm like, you can put Color Straight right over this. I'm like, it doesn't even show that you need a fill. I'm like, all of a sudden the fill that you had to go every 2 weeks, now you're going every 4 weeks because you'd never even know when you put Color Straight on it.
I have a question. What kind of things do you do on your VIP?
I'm very vocal on my VIP. I'm really trying to get better. I've actually watched Haley Grammer and a couple other people that are like super vocal. So it's funny, if any of you were at conference, I decided to put on these fake eyelashes, okay? I was like, I'll just be really fancy and I'll put these fake eyelashes on. So it was getting towards the end of conference and I'm on my VIP group. I'm like, oh my God, you guys. I'm like, I can't take these eyelashes. I'm like, I just want to scrape them off. And I don't quite realize who's actually watching me. So I did an event the other day, and this lady, Jenna, who was like ordered $1 million worth of nails already in 4 months. She's like, oh, so did you finally get your eyelashes off? And so like you forget who's watching you, but you have to do funny things on your VIP group for them to want to watch. If all you're doing in your VIP groups is constantly posting sales, well, guess what? They're going to unfriend you and they're not going to want to be in there. So I do a lot of like vulnerability type stuff. Like I talked about my eyelashes, or I know what I'm making for dinner, but I'll be like, oh my God, I can't take it. Who is, what are you making for dinner tonight? Or the other day I put a picture up of this like really fat bloated belly. I'm like, oh, the bloat when you're on vacation is horrible. It's just like really funny stuff. So that way people will get a little chuckle out of you and they'll think that chick is crazy, but it's fine because you want them to like you. Oh, and another thing too, the biggest lesson that I learned leaving a company and coming to another company, and I thought I was going to, be in the old age home talking about my other company, is that people love us. Okay. They love us for who we are. You know, my husband jokes that I could, you know, sell ice to an Eskimo. But the fact is that it's what people believe in us for, our, you know, how we present ourselves, our, you know, our moral values, all this different stuff. People will buy whatever we sell if we show them that we are a great person. So if you, you know, there was not even like a break in the cycle in terms of leaving one company, starting another company, because I found out that people just really like me because I'm a genuine person, and they know that. So like, oh, she's selling nails now, I'm going to buy nails from her. So if you can start to get that rapport with your customers in your VIP group, and you start just being silly and funny, and then maybe serious, then maybe a sale, and then, you know, you just kind of rotate all through the stuff, your VIP group will become alive. They're going to start being really more interactive with you. I have a ton of people that just always posting their nails. Oh, look what I just did today. I'm like, yes, that's beautiful. So just really being active in your group and just really being a genuine person, and they're going to buy anything from you.
Debbie, I have a question. Are you taping this? Because Corie went really fast and I love her energy, but I want to take notes, like real specific notes. So I was just wondering about that.
I told
Yes.
you guys had to give me the symbol because I talk really fast.
You are good. That's all right. We can always replay. There was a lot of information. Yes, of course I'm recording it. I will post it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Corie, all your information was awesome. No wonder you have grown so fast. And I mean, it's true of your enthusiasm is what draws people to. I mean, you know, we've talked about that a million times. Clearly, you're loving every second of what you're doing. If you're talking to somebody in the monotone voice, they're not going to be jumping in with you.
Nope.
So, I mean, you're exuding energy with it. So it's awesome. I love your energy.
Thanks. I'm just like, I have to tell you guys, if you don't feel that you are in the right company and that you don't have this opportunity, you need to kind of open up the blinds, because when the term greener on the other side, like, holy smokes, I can't even believe that the training center that they just put out for us, the email program they're putting out for us, like my other company, we've been asking that for like 4 years now. 4 years, and that company has been around for 47 years.
Oh,
so
jeez.
when you guys, like, you have to understand that this company, Mr. Park, I'm blown away by that man. And I'm blown away by the no expense that he is willing to take to get us what we need. So, you know, if you're not like oozing Color Street and oozing like how much you love it, take a moment to like get that out there, because people feel it and they know that you're excited, and that's how they're going to want to buy or book or join with you.
That is great advice. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think that was everything. Oh, your live nail bars. Well, you said you don't do a lot of them, but if you do, or maybe you do, they mean a live in person. Michelle McKay. Michelle, are you on still? Yeah, you are. Michelle, do you mean an in-person party?
Yeah, her in person.
Yeah, live, sometimes I get mixed up with like live Facebook.
No, in person. That's all I really like to do. I haven't found my niche yet with the Facebook. I'm a little frustrated by it, to be honest with you.
Right.
So no, live, in person. I'm in those kitchens. I'm doing those nails. They're falling in love, and I'm building customers.
Yeah, go ahead, Michelle.
Parties. Corie, how long are your live parties typically?
So it kind of depends. I'm really discouraging the drinking until afterwards. Whereas before I used to be like, oh, drink, they'll buy more. But now I'm like, no. Wait to drink until you do these nails. So I would say I probably talk for 10 to 15 minutes, and then they're just doing the nails and they're looking through inventory. So I would say I'm in and out in like the 2 hours. You know, a lot of times a little bit less. Sometimes, I mean, if they're drinking and talking, we're having a great time, I want them to know that I'm not just there to be the salesperson. So sometimes I'll hang out, we'll just chat, whatever. But, you know, around 2 hours.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
When you do, like, if they don't buy from you and they want to do the buy three, get one free, do you usually bring your laptop with you and kind of put it in there so you make sure that everything's in stock, or do you just use your sheet and then?
That's been a hard one for me, figuring that out. So I have started just putting the order in right then and there with them, making sure I didn't miss an out of stock thing. And that way too, they can, it's very minimal to use the Square, the charge for that. But if they're going to order online, I'd rather make them use their credit card than me having to swipe it and then go home and do it. So yeah, I'll just do it right then and there.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. But I am still having them fill out an order form though too, even though I'm doing it online, because I want them to write their interest level of 1 to 10, and I still want their email and everything like that to be with me I'm kind of old school, like I still I take the order forms and I put them in a manila envelope with their hostess name, and I put them in the A through Z file. I don't know if that's still old school or not, but I still like to have that, so I still make them fill out an actual order form.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you guys didn't notice, just FYI, the new kits going out now with the new nails do not have order forms in there anymore for new stylists.
Really?
Yes. They're putting in that opportunity flyer in the new nails. Paper orders are now no longer in there. So they're going to be sending out an email on that, but it was noticed the other day. Some people noticed it as new stylists were getting their kits. So just FYI, you need to order them if you still use them. I personally am a paper order person too. So I order forms.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We have kept you over an hour. So I have to let everybody go to sleep, but you in particular. So I can't thank you enough. You were amazing. And I know that everybody got lots of I have pages of notes here that I'm super excited about. I love hearing from other people because everybody always does something that's different that you can learn from. So thank you so much. And
Thank you for asking me.
You're welcome. And I can't wait to hear from you again sometime.
Yeah, if I can be of any help, guys, feel free. My Facebook page is It's Nail Time with Corie. Feel free to, and my first name is Corie. So feel free to join. I'll add you guys in there, and you can totally steal away. Don't ask permission to steal away. But the only thing that I have learned is make sure that you use like that PicMonkey app and you watermark all your pictures. Because if you're taking a picture that I put up and you're just posting in your VIP group, Facebook's like, that's a spam, I'm not showing it. So make sure you watermark all your pictures so that way your group will be seen, your pictures will be seen in your group.
Great advice. And make sure then if you're doing something with your VIPs, offering something, you guys aren't jumping in there. I've had that before. Then people jump in to try to win the free stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
All right. Thanks, Corie. Thanks,
You're welcome.
everybody.
Thank you so much, guys. I hope it helped.
Thank you.
It definitely did. I'll unmute everybody so they can say thank you and good night. All right, everyone's unmuted, so you guys can all say thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
Bye.
night.
All right, everybody, have a great night. Good night.
Yes.
Good night.